Guys, I am genuinely excited. I get excited to check out new music because it's just naturally exciting when bands drop new music. But this is one that I'm like personally so excited to listen to because I have absolutely loved the two singles that Imminence have dropped prior to this. We had Desolation and Come Hell or High Water. Both tracks are just chilling. If you guys like, I guess, traditional metalcore that has ventured into this modern space, but with violin, which is always such a beautiful combo with the, you know, heavy 7-string guitars tuned down with, you know, some melody, some huge choruses, plus the violin, which just, you know, puts the cherry on top. So I think that Imminence are going to be definitely in contention for album of the year if they keep up the intensity that they've kept with Come Hell or High Water and Desolation. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them. I think they're the dark horse of the year for certain. That's just a certainty. I can't think of any other band that has put out such good quality that isn't getting, you know, that much attention from what I'm seeing. Like when people talk about album of the year, we're gotten Invent Anime, Sleep Token, fucking you name it. Like, I mean, Humanity's Last Breath, they're about a shout. Tesseract are being talked about a lot. There's been so many different bands thrown around. I can't even think, there's more off the top of my head, but there's just been so many. And I think Imminence are being slept on. So their new track just drops 20 minutes ago. It's called Heaven Shall Burn. I would imagine it's going to be the last single, but I don't think they've given us an album release date. So if there is one, let me know in the comments. But otherwise, let's jump in. Imminence, Heaven Shall Burn. Let's go. Such an Architects chorus. It feels like Sam Carter singing this, which is a massive thing. Massive compliment. I really want to pause, but I'll let it play the whole way through.
There's no finding a remedy to the dark that festers in my heart. Just a bittersweet tragedy when death is not a thing at all.
Wow. Okay, let me gather myself here for a moment and then I'll be back with my thoughts on this because that was wild. Okay, listen to the track a few more times and this is just a banger track. Now, in saying that, I think this is probably, off first listen, I'm going to say probably my least favorite of the singles, but the bar has been set so high with these singles so far that it's still, to me, a fantastic track. I'm going to give my rating in a moment, but big standout to me. I know Imminence have in the past been compared to a band like Architects, mainly because of how similar Eddie's cadence is to Sam Carter from Architects, and this chorus was absolutely huge, and it did almost feel like something was taken directly off of All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us by Architects. It just had so much emotion, so much power, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to say anything negative about this. That is an absolutely fantastic thing. That album by Architects is absolutely unbelievable. So any type of, I guess, comparison to Architects in this context is always going to be a positive. So fantastic chorus, absolutely huge. But the main thing for me, I think, with this track is that it's showing that Imminence are switching it up. I know in Desolation, they did obviously have kind of a riffier intro, but this one felt like the most intentionally like metal riff segment that we've gotten from the singles. I think the most experimental, which is probably my favorite track of the three, is Come Hell or High Water. But I'm glad that they're not just abandoning everything, like, you know, riff wise and guitar wise and instrumentally wise that they've, you know, built over the years. Now, in saying that, you know, I thought that previously, and the one thing that I've always had a gripe with Imminence is from what I've heard from them. Now, I've only heard one full album from the discography, so take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. But the problem that I had is when I heard Temptation first, I fell in love with the band, and then I went back to Turn the Lights On, and it just kind of felt repetitive. Now, I need to hear Heaven and Hiding in full. Maybe I'll do it before this album actually properly drops, whenever it's going to drop again. Let me know in the comments if you guys have a date for it. But what sounds great about these new singles is that they are breaking that cycle of almost sounding similar. And I know a lot of people have that same problem with Imminence, is that a lot of their stuff can sound a little bit samey. It's very formulaic with the violins and the kind of build-ups, breakdowns. But this has been very hard to call. Like, I mean, the start of this track was very avant-garde. Then we got into, again, that Architects chorus, but it was huge, really, really emotional. We got a huge, big climactic breakdown at the end to crescendo the entire track. So much going on. Again, the violin introduction is always, like, just chilling. Music videos are always fantastic. So for me, I'm going to go with a big 8.7 out of 10 for this track. Absolutely fantastic. I do think right now, first listen, it's the weakest of the three singles, but it's still really, really good because the other singles are so good to me. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you agree or disagree with my assessment that Imminence have the Dark Horse album? Maybe it's just because they haven't got an official date on it yet, as far as I'm aware. But I just think that a lot of people aren't talking about Imminence for how well they've been putting these singles across. So guys, let me know in the comments. Leave a like in the video. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. That's all for me. I'm signing out. Look after yourselves. See you in the next one. Cheers.